It's the very first Monday in October.
It's your design, the 7th day of the month of October. The jacarandas
are blooming.
And when they bloom, it only means one thing.
October is here.
It's your design.
I wonder if there's jacarandas in William Kabogo's Kiambu. Former governor of Kiambu County,
yes,
William Kabogo. Is there jacarandas in Kiambu County?
Actually, there's a place called Jacaranda.
Oh.
That's where the coffee research is.
Is that right?
Yes.
And it's called jacaranda.
A lot of jacaranda trees.
Morima imeguzwa. Morima imeguzwa.
This tribal business, we must kill it.
We must kill it.
It doesn't help anyone. And I'm not saying this against Gachagua or against anybody else. Even for Ruto himself, we must kill tribalism.
No.
It doesn't take the country anywhere. We have 47 million people. We should be one Kenya, one people. But we say that's a mirage. It's only talked about when people are looking for votes. When you want to be elected, you want to look like you're a Kenyan. But when you're elected, a Jaluo, you become a Jaluo. When you're Kalenjin, you become Kalenjin. Now we are being told Murima in a Chapwa. And I said, last Sunday, Jeff, Manarik G, my friend, Nasama Murima in a Chapwa. Tell us. Give us details. This was Sunday, Monday. Give us details. Last week. Give us details. Ni wapi tunaumizwa ndio tutokezee tukiwa wote. Mrima mzima. Hakusema. You cannot whip emotions of the tribal, you throw the tribal card simply because you are in trouble. You understand? I checked. I was not very vocal before that. I checked the 11 things that it's been charged with. Nothing has to do with Murima.
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Either the guys who are charging him are so good, or the guy is so bad. Must be one of the two.
Well, he's already asking for forgiveness. You saw yesterday in church. He was asking for forgiveness from his
when
boss.
You say, if I did this,
that's the thing.
Forgive me. What are you? Is that sincere? My question is, Jeff, I may have my issues with Rick J, but how did he get there? Yes. 48 rules of power. He should have read it. He should have hired me, actually. That first week.
Yes.
And this one don't do.
Don't outshine
this one
your boss.
Don't touch.
Yeah.
Kapsa.
Yeah.
You know, there are things you cannot do. As a deputy president, as a deputy governor, you must maneuver properly to survive. William Ruto maneuvered and survived Uhuru Kenyatta.
For 10 years.
Yes. You understand? But bana RJ here ameshindwa na kumanuva na huyu jamaa.
Ni kubaya.
But bwana governor, unajua a lot of people huku nje wanashangaa ni sin gani walicommit. Ndio kuna hizo charges ambazo zimekuwa published in local dailies and stuff like that and local media. But deep within
shida jamaa moja tu ndiye anazungumza. Huyu Rigiji mwenyewe.
Yes.
Amekuwa akileta kesi yake mwenyewe, ana prosecute mwenyewe, yule jamaa mwingine amenyamaza. You understand?
Yeah.
And silence sometimes is a strategy. But I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, this guy is dealing with himself now, right now. We can't help him. It's only him who can wriggle out of this problem. Only him. Let's just be honest with it. How will you help him, Jeff? Hata ukisema hapa radio mrima inaguzwa, how will that remove the charges?
You can't.
You understand?
It can't.
He has to find a way. And if I were him, it's okay, it's good to go to church and say,
forgive me
if I did anything wrong, or if my wife Dorcas did anything wrong by doing the boy child.
Yeah.
You know, is he saying that the boy child thing is not liked or is not good? Why are you qualifying repentance? If you want it to look like repentance, again you want to qualify it. I am sorry, finished. That's it.
Yeah.
For everything that I did. Some of them good, some of them maybe not good. You get?
But the president is like this. He gives the person a rope long enough.
Jeff, these guys are friends. They know each other. That's why he was appointed deputy.
No.
Actually,
no, the first choice.
Initially,
yes.
No. This was the president's choice.
No, Kindiki was initial.
I was there.
Huh?
This was his choice. But he played populist by allowing us to help him select one. And we did a vote. My friend.
Who's we?
20, a group of leaders. I probably think we were about 25.
In that room?
Yes. And we stayed there for 72 hours or thereabout. And we got to a place we voted. Kindiki got 21 out of 25.
And Rigiji
got 3. My guru got 1.
Who did you vote for?
I think Muturi got 1.
Justin.
Governor, yes, who did you vote for? Sincerely speaking, if you're a truthful man.
Why do you want to put me in trouble?
Not in trouble. We're already in trouble as a country.
I was a Kindiki guy, but if we were to do it again, I don't know whether I would still vote Kindiki.
Okay.
But that's a story for another day.
Okay, so Kindiki got 21.
Yes.
So why wasn't he the one?
Well, we spend after the vote, we spend another 18 hours or thereabout.
Good Lord.
You know, William Ruto wanted his deputy to be Rigathi Gachagua. So he had to find a way, he's a sharp guy. He had to find a way of bringing things back on the table. And like me, he asked me, William, you want to be governor, you have your own deputy. You understand? I want to be president, I have my deputy. What's the problem? Why can't I have mine the way you want yours? He says, you're the problem. You're the one who brought this matter to discussion.
Yeah.
So you want that one? Have him. And
so they are friends.
And that's it.
And he just turned everything upside down.
Yes, of course. I mean, it is you to appoint your running mate. This story is not a public issue. He actually was very nice to try and see whether he could get it through, discussing and then arriving at what he wants. But sometimes you miss the issue of putting the group together and making their mind work and flow towards what you want. There's a book called Getting to Yes. So he couldn't get to yes through that group. But be that as it may, now we find ourselves where we are.
Back to square one.
So those who were there are probably saying, you see, we were right.
And
we were right.
Bwana Governor, this group that you're talking about, forgive me if you've spoken about it previously, this group, where were these members drawn from?
Generally was from Central Kenya, generally. All the MPs, leaders, I was there, I wasn't an MP, I was a candidate. They were selected properly.
And these are people who are influential from this
Yes,
region?
Obviously.
Of course. But now we are in another situation. That's now water under the bridge. The situation we are in now, it's unprecedented and it will come to pass. But how will it go? How will it be Kenya? Itaacha nchi yetu ikiwa namna gani? We must not be divided by this thing.
Yeah.
This is a situation where one finds a partner, they work, and they cannot no longer work together. And one has to leave.
But
will we be co-parented? Because when it comes to marriages, are those who are sober enough and those who have the interest of the children in their hearts, they co-parent.
Ndugu katika marriage. Ukiwa unafika nyumbani wewe ni baba watoto, ukifika tu kufungua mlango, sufuria ndio hiyo pa kwa kichwa. Sasa huko kutakalika kweli. Ukitoka asubuhi unaumagario na socks zilikuwa kwa mkono.
Yes.
Si unaona ni kama bibi ameshikwa na wazimu.
So unaamua kutulia bibi ama
utahama au aenda. On a lighter note,
yes,
there must be a very good reason why this is happening. Maybe we'll come to learn more when the Honorable William Ruto starts speaking. But I'm sure let's look at it from another angle. Do you think that it is very nice for William Ruto that this is happening? You think he's having fun?
Inachoma.
It is not nice for him. It must be a very bitter pill to swallow, because worldwide, his deputy is being removed. It's known. It's not a secret anymore. So people must be wondering what's happening in this relationship, what's happening in this good country in East Africa. You understand?
And you see, it's happening.
So really, one day we may be shocked
Yeah.
when we hear the real story
Behind it. And
But of course, grapevine story is
yeah.
That after Tinga came in, there were demands made that were unreasonable and could not be done. And we have had this in the grapevine, 10 billion, I don't know what, 20 billion. I'm only saying what's in the grapevine. I am not saying I know. But where there is smoke,
there's a lot of fire.
Lots of fire.
Good Lord.
So anyway, I don't know, it's taken a lot of space in the public arena, this impeachment, and we should just get done with it and move back to our problems. Because this is not going to take away the problems of Kenyans.
But the other thing you said, Governor, and you were right about that, you know, the same thing that happened to the president when he was deputy is exactly what's happening now to his deputy.
Well, we may say it looks like, because we're not too sure. But William Ruto managed to do 5 years and became president. Gachagua has managed 1 year and some months. And now he's on his way either out, or he's in a lot of trouble, or the marriage is breaking. Always the lesser person, I believe, even in a marriage where we say the man is the head of the family, it is the lesser one who has more room to try and make things work. Naweza kuwa baba ni mkali kama baba yangu sana, lakini madhe amestamini hiyo shida miaka 70. Sijui kama unanisikia.
Nakupata.
Sasa huyu mwaka 2
joto limekuwa
jingi. Nani mwenye shares, unanielewa? So he should have found a way of maneuvering and dealing with William Ruto in a manner that Ruto won't go to that extent of saying, no, kama ni mbaya.
But
so,
Governor,
because that's where it is.
Governor, wasn't the writing on the wall? Remember when Gachagua was refused helicopter flights? Remember?
We're only told that that happened. But when you come later to hear, you hear that, no, there wasn't serviceable helicopter then. You understand? The red I saw myself is when he talked about the director of intelligence in Mombasa. That's when I knew hapa kimeumana.
Serious?
Because kuna mahali uweze kuza. That is the heart of government. Director of intelligence is the heart of government. That's everything in any government.
Nakasema aende.
Hapo.
Nurdin.
Hapo. Sasa hiyo, you know, if I were him and I had trouble with Nurdin Haji, I would have done it differently. I would have gone to Bwana Mkubwa and I tell him, your chief spy, I have issues with him. And these are the issues. Since I also belong to your government, I'm number 2, remember? Can you call him here? We sort it out. Spell out the issues. But when you go and cry huko, public, man, what have you left? There's no room for anything else. It's all daggers.
It's downhill.
Kabisa. You understand?
Yeah.
Even the last 2 weeks, what he has been saying, you're telling William Ruto too many things out there, you know, on top of vehicles. Then you say, msiniuzie uoga, sinunue uoga, nimetukanwa na huyu. I would have done it differently. I would have made sure everyone knows I'm speaking to William Ruto directly. We are talking day and night trying to salvage this thing, but William Ruto is impossible.
But he's been taken out of the WhatsApp group.
I'm saying, man, which government is run on WhatsApp, boss? Let's just be honest. Surely. That was probably just a group for the drivers and all these other guys to know what's happening. You get?
Yeah.
Up till when? What happened? What was happening between the day he was removed and when he was in the group? Wasn't that the time to attack the lion in the room and just go and speak to William. Yeah? You document, you say, this day I tried this. This day I tried this. This day this is what I did and this is what William Ruto did. You anika him. He's not an angel. Anika him. But now you have no points. You're saying I was removed from the group. That's why you don't see me with him. But then he says at the same time, contradictory, that I have no problem with William Ruto per se. Isn't that what he said in the interview?
Correct.
So which one do we follow? Who is the problem? Sudi.
Kabogo, in politics, I believe...
You tell me Sudi is a problem, I'll go to Sudi and sort him out. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
In politics, people make mistakes. Politicians like you...
Always.
They make mistakes. And some get forgiven, some... that normally spells the end of their political career and stuff like that. In this case...
Even in the Bible...
Yeah.
It says 6 things the Lord hates most. 7 in abomination. But the Lord still forgives. But if you continue seeking forgiveness from the Lord and you continue doing things in abomination, then you need to seek forgiveness every other time you do something. You understand?
Meaning what?
God is more interested in those that are lost. Was it the prodigal son? You understand? Aliwacha zote akakimbiza moja ile ilikuwa imepotea. Na wakati imerudi amechinja yule mnono.
Yes.
Kucelebrate aliyepotea. Mpaka huyu mwingine akasikia wivu. Anaanza kuuliza baba, huyu alichukua mali akaenda kuyaribu na malaya. Sasa amerudi na umempatia ile nono.
Mzee akamwambia huyu alikuwa amepotea na amerudi.
Sasa
hii nyingine yote ni yako. Wewe unaelewa hiyo story baze?
Naelewa sana.
You understand?
Yes.
So really Kenya is being taken on a roller coaster unnecessarily. Let them finish with this business. One, we will know whether it is a Mulima issue if William Ruto does not appoint someone from the Mulima, if it has to be tribal.
Right.
Because surely also votes come from somewhere.
Yeah.
If you drive me to the tribal card that way, I'll say yes. Because the mountain voted properly for this government. And I will not stop calling for William Ruto, the president, His Excellency the President, to give the people of the country, including Mount Kenya, what he promised. The people of Kenya, including
Mount Kenya.
But Mount Kenya is not Kenya. Neither is Kenya Mount Kenya. But he deserves to serve the country in the manner which he sold as his manifesto. And they will waste 2 or 3 months with this thing.
Yeah.
And the clock is still
ticking.
Yes. Now kuna mwaka mmoja pale mwisho hiyo ni ya siasa kabisa. Hakuna story ingine. So he has 18 months or less. So surely if the house is fireworks, when will they serve us? You understand?
Na kuna reverse gear hapa.
Hakuna.
In other words,
if I were William Ruto, I would never try a reverse gear. You're finished. There are things you don't attempt.
So you need to finish kumalo.
Nile tunasema ukitoa nguo lazima unawe uoge. Ukitoa nguo. Sasa hapo imefika hapo. Kaenda.
So anaenda.
Yeah, is his goose cooked?
I believe so. To get to be president is not a joke. No matter which one way you got there, you must be very good with some things. Now, to remove your deputy, and it's in public domain right now, how would you reverse? Mudhamaki doigo kago. You understand? Mudhamaki never, ever, ever reverses their decision. Once it goes public, that is the decision of Mudhamaki. You better go make other decisions that can deal with that decision. But never, ever reverse. That's where we are. If Ruto reverses on this one, is cooked. I can tell you.
Najua kuna poll imekuwa ikienda online. Yeah, public participation ya kuuliza unataka nani aende. Sijui kama umeiona bwana governor. Wakauliza DP, wakauliza Ruto, wakauliza wote wawili, lakini ya wote wawili ilitembea sana.
Unajua pia tumefika enzi ya digitali. Na digitali ni hatari sana, kwa sababu kuna digitali ya ukweli,
Yes,
kuna digitali ya AI,
ya propaganda,
na kuna digitali imewekwa kampeni juu.
Yes,
Unanielewa? He who, what do they say, the piper?
He who pays the piper calls the tune.
That is it.
Yeah.
So hiyo sasa ni ile kitu ya ile ingine ya kitu kidogo nchi yetu. You understand?
Yeah.
I was asking, someone comes and pays you 300 or 500 bob to go and make some noise against somebody else. Uende ukatwe masikio. Si umekatwa? Yule alikulipa atakuja hospitali. Alafu ingia hospitali upate hakuna dawa na sikio limeenda. Who are you going to blame? Wewe chukua flus imepatikana ya bure, kula, nyamaza, wacha vita. You understand?
Yeah.
That attitude will never get into our people. Unalipwa, unavuta bangi medhogoto mbili, unaenda umewaka ajabu. Na unaenda kufanya kitu hauamini kwa roho yako. You understand?
Yeah. But
and like now they know that you're going there tomorrow. They come the day before and tomorrow 500 notes. 500 kila moja. The guy comes, the crowd is good because they were told the other 500 you'll get later after you show up. So he anakuja anamaliza microphone nini, hype iko juu sana. Akitoka wanauliza hey, na ile ingine hey, wewe kwenda huko.
Amenda.
You understand?
Yeah.
When will this country stop those things? You know, I also remove Jeff, because if you don't, unaenda hapo wanasema Kabogo 90%.
Yeah.
Kabogo.
Yes.
Na unaona hii kitu ni yetu. Sasa why should I give money? By the time namaliza sasa, kwa hayo mengi, naomba Wakenya watukufu mniwachie niende nikaone mengine. Waliate we. Kaliate. Unaenda aje wewe sasa? Hata ya macho.
Toshinekirea.
Hata ya macho. Toshinekirea. Hata ya macho. So unaona that culture.
Yeah.
And it's not in many countries bana. Ni hapa peke yake. You know, I was in the UK when they were doing elections. This Rishi guy just decided we'll do elections in 2 months. So I happened to be there that good part of that first month. There is no hype about elections bwana.
Or campaigning.
Hakuna. Wako huko wanafanya mambo yao mengine. Prime Minister anakuja Parkland na baiskeli. Na hakuna crowd inamfuata. Hapa Githurai maze uwezi toka.
Fortify.
Lakini kwa sababu
tabu iko vijijini maze, it is too much. Lakini bado siasa ni ile ile. Siasa duni ya pesa nane.
Kwa sababu wale ambao
we have been treated to now. We have been treated to this thing about impeachment. When people are going hungry. You understand?
Yeah.
And you know why we put this thing in Katiba is because of the things Moi used to do with the, dangling the carrot on the issue of the vice president. So we made sure we put it in 2010 Katiba. What was our mistake? You understand? We made sure that the date of election is known.
Yeah.
So that Moi will not, disband the house when he feels like. You understand?
Yeah.
So where did we go wrong? So we now have to go and define the relationship of a president and his deputy, surely.
While Kenyans are hurting because of the transitioning of the medical schemes that we have and stuff like that.
Shine, shift.
I think the president should come out after this thing and tell us exactly what happened. So we learn through our mistakes. You understand?
Yeah. Governor, could this
I was governor, I had a deputy bwana.
Yeah.
We had a working relationship. I was the chief. When we talk and discuss and we don't agree, the chief's story takes the day. It's as simple as that.
And there was no talk of impeachment.
And if the chief wants to change his mind, it's on his own motion.
And no one questioned.
No, you can't come and bang the table on me in our boardroom, man, and tell me, no, you must do what. What are you talking about? Convince me peacefully. And if I'm not convinced, it shall go my way.
But what if we
But
came,
you can't run to the public and say, "Huyu jamaa hatusikizani."
but what if tuliingia
Then if you
pamoja
are
na hiyo
man
spirit?
enough, then resign, Baba.
I was going to ask
You
Governor,
understand?
should he
no,
resign?
No, Kenya, we don't resign.
Oh, right.
No. Africa, we don't resign. We don't resign. But in Europe, a guy comes 2 minutes late to answer questions in the House of the Lords. You understand? 2 minutes, and he resigns.
Because of punctuality.
Kimunya says, "I will not resign. I would rather die
Then resign.
than resign." You get? Guy does for us fertilizer that is just cow dung. I don't
And
know.
stones.
Donkey dung and
Yes.
stones. He can't resign. You get? We get cooking oil. Has come until today, and the guy does not resign. If you make me your deputy president and we don't get along, Jeff, believe me, I will leave.
You walk away.
I will leave.
'Cause
The
there's also
same
that
way,
question.
once I leave governor's seat and they tell me, Pumzika, you don't hear me again speak about Kiambu. No, never. I'm out. But here in Africa, people don't resign. So is it the fact that we don't have honorable people? How can you be honorable and you have been caught with your pants down? My friend here, boss, he opens a hotel room, find himself in somebody else's room, and then say, "I missed my room." And then we just, it continues.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Iko sawa. You get?
Yeah.
Such a behavior from a cabinet secretary. Once you're caught with your pants down, you leave. You do the honorable thing. You understand? You don't bring shame to that office. But here in Africa, this is how we do things.
That is
When will we change? When?
it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
You understand?
But Governor, tell me something. Could this be a distraction for other things? You know, and I'm talking about Adani.
It would be a very expensive distraction. I don't think so. It would be a very expensive exercise. Don't think William Ruto is having a good time. No, it's not. I mean, at some point he would think, surely, is it me who is a problem, or is it that office, or what is it? So for him to have decided to accept, it will be a very, very tough decision to make to allow this to happen. And I've heard it in the grapevine that this is not the first time. This is the third time.
Third time what?
To attempt to remove the deputy president through an impeachment. We heard about it last year. That, they want to impeach the deputy president. You know, when you listen to those who know what's going on,
Yeah.
this talk is not new. So probably it happened that time. He managed to,
Calm it down.
calm it down. Probably happen again. To let it happen, Jeff, there must have been a very serious
Yeah.
scenario in there,
Absolutely.
which is what Kenyans have a right to know.
Kwani mtu ana shida aje?
Alafu question ni inaweza kuwa ni makosa ya deputy peke yake ama pia deputy amekuwa frustrated kwa sababu nyumba ndio ikianguka.
Nasema-
Sometimes pia wazae waga wanachoma.
Nasema harusi ni kila nyumba,
Yes.
kwani inawezekana ni nyumba moja tu iko na shida. You must find a way of working with your boss, period.
Na pia boss lazima akuwe mzee anataka
Kama
kuwork na
hayuko
wewe.
utafanyaje? Si resign mazee kama would like. Kusema ukweli.
Kama akubambi.
Lazima umforce afanye mambo your way. If he's doing things that sinks the ship and he's a captain, please
Jump out.
next stop, jump out. You understand?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
is a captain and you know he's heading Titanic down.
But that seat is too sweet, Governor. Hata wewe
You
unajua.
can't have both ways. You can't eat your cake and have it.
Hii power mnapenda sana na once
Ndio,
mmeitest
kama ni hivyo basi unafaa kuwa mtulivu, unajipanga
Ukule siku mingi.
kumenyana nayo mpaka mwisho. Au sio namna hiyo?
Au sio?
You understand?
Kama Moi.
Yeah.
Kama Moi.
unasimama kidete.
I hate to be in Gachagua situation. I would hate, and I would not even wish my enemy to go through I know what he's going through.
Yeah.
Yes.
Si unaona ilibidi ameenda kwa kanisa akaomba msamaha, lakini nyinyi kama ile kikundi ulikuwa umezungumzia hapo awali, you met and you made a decision. Hakuna kitu mnaweza fanya?
In whose interest? In the interest of peace.
The country, yeah.
In the interest of the country.
Of the
Who
country.
said that's the interest of the country? Who said? We want a presidency that is accountable to the people and their actions can be seen to be in line with their mandate, with the promises they gave us. We are not saying this, we're only saying fight. So let them finish fighting quickly. And we move back to our problems and deal with them.
And Governor, the problems are many.
Many.
I mean, you just mentioned Shif and Shah.
Yeah.
Before that, housing, Sijui housing, Nini. People are suffering out there. When you talk to, I'm sure you talk to people Mashinani.
Yes.
I'm sure you're always coming to see.
You see how students are suffering to raise funds for their education.
Teachers are on strike.
You know, the truth of the matter is William Ruto has the 2.5 years to sort all these things. And if not 2.5 years to sort everything, to sort the most that are hurting people. You understand?
Yeah.
Otherwise, he won't be able to face the electorate in 2027. And as you said, power is sweet. He would want another 5 years. But you can't get it if you don't sort this mess. You understand? Because they keep saying Kibaki's time, everything was fine, was good. Remember, the population was different then. The value of the shilling was different then. I'm not campaigning for William Ruto. He has an issue he needs to deal with. It's in his mouth. Let him chew and understand what he wants to do with us. But he may get himself in a situation where he will not even be able to defend his presidency.
And then there's others around
So
him.
this may be one of his biggest problems that he's sorting.
What about that talk of extending presidential terms?
To 7 years.
That to me is neither here nor there. That. If you ask me whether that is diversionary, yes, I'll say that is what is now diversionary. That is a big dream and a sick dream. They should not even dare bring it near us. You know?
Yeah.
We made it 5-year, 2-term max. If they are saying we make it 1-term max, 5 years, then he's singing the tune of Kenyans. But anything else, it would be mad to even imagine that we can extend. What you cannot do in 5 years, you cannot do in 7 or 8. You understand? You say, is it Burkina Faso?
Yeah.
Where there's a young gentleman
Traore.
who has who has decided he will not use a V8.
Imagine.
He wants a Land Cruiser like mine.
In fact, it's a lot. It's 110, I think,
Yeah.
in 1990 something.
And he's bought ambulances all over. Trash vehicles.
Yeah.
The whole place is clean.
Yeah.
He has now decided this week, foreign companies come to our country to mine gold, but they use our people to mine.
That's the thing.
Why do we need them? So he's cancelled all those things.
Wow.
Gold will be mined by the locals. You get?
Yeah.
Same case here. Ruto has a chance to do some of these things and say no. You know, we're being forced. Our biggest problem is debt, and if we do not control it, it will eat us.
Governor,
We will become slaves of this nation.
Adani is bringing their own people here, JKIA, to work here. They're already there. What are you talking about?
You remember I came to a radio station here and I said they are hawking.
Correct.
Hapa Gikomba.
Correct.
You see, Chinese carrying makifuli mingi anauza. When did we get there? It is impossible for you to go and do these things in Dubai.
Or even China.
You understand? Why are we allowing them to do it here? Take all of them to Athi River in the what do you call them? Special economic zones.
Yeah,
Let them
represent.
manufacture there and employ Kenyans. And we are told that they brought their jailbirds, their
Yes, inmates.
inmates here
Correct.
as part of the sentence.
Yeah.
Then you find a few things have happened. We've got chotaras, very many of chingchwengs.
Yes.
Then all the stray dogs are finished. You know,
Zimeenda.
double jeopardy.
Zimeenda.
Shida mingi.
It's because there's no intentionality in serving the people.
We are also told that we sell citizenship.
Yeah.
This happened, I don't know when Kajwang was in the ministry or what happened.
Interior, yes.
You know, we are not proud about protecting our country.
That's the thing.
And we shall pay dearly for this. We shall pay at some point. Whatever happens, we shall pay. There's a law that says where for every action there is an equal
reaction
and opposite
reaction.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Physics.
Yes.
Governor, is there any hope in all of this?
Yes, of course. This is a great nation, man. As I was coming here, the roads were full. Yes, these are people busy heading towards their life. Regardless whether Gachagua is impeached or not, those cars will still be there tomorrow. And that gives me hope that Kenyans really are hardworking. But sometimes it pains them when their dollar or their shilling is being misused like this.
And embezzled.
Yes.
And
So at some point you want me, the Kikuyu, to say, hapana, wachaneni na mtu yetu. At the same time you want me to say it's okay to be found with 8 billion shillings. Money I have worked for the last 40 years. And someone works here, a messenger in Kakamega, not messenger, a tip guy, was found with 600 million.
Imagine.
You know, what are we talking about, Jeff, honestly speaking? Another one from NHIF here, he would take his car to, he had a funny Nissan, the small cars, just camouflage, to Wilson Airport. And he takes a chopper to Kayole.
His own.
Yes. Or rented. A messenger.
God.
I'm not saying to be a messenger is a criminal offense or is unfortunate. It's a job. But how do you leave that job with 800 million? What are you telling your children? What are you telling Kenyans? It's okay. Just don't soma we kuwa messenger tu utapata nafasi uibe. Yes. We're bringing up thieves. You understand?
Yeah.
So when will this country go back to the trajectory of growth and a good country to bring up your children?
Banyi politicians mkipelekwa mbele ya authority ya kufight corruption na
Sasa
ethics.
wewe unasema sisi politicians.
Yes.
Wewe sema nyinyi ma MP, si ndio? Alafu nikuuliza wanatokanga wapi? Ma MP wanatoka wapi?
Wanachaguliwa na Wakenya ndio.
Bas, alafu unachaguana leo 3 weeks later. Akipandisha kioo unaanza kupiga kelele.
Bas.
Ni kama sisi uenda uchaguzi tumewacha akili kwa nyumba. You understand? Unaenda unawachagua kisha unalia. What is this?
Nyinyi mliwachagua.
You make your bed.
You gotta lie on it.
Umeweka dabai. What is dabai called?
Na inaitwa stinging.
Umeweka dabai ndani. You understand?
Yes.
Umeweka stinging net hapo ndani.
Yes.
Alafu unataka kulia. Si uingie ulalie bwana quietly.
Bas.
So these guys, we elect them. Mimi nikisema nitasimama president, mnaona kama nimeshikwa na wazimu. And Jeff, I would do that job. Maze, you know I would do it. Si nimejaribu hapo Kiambu, uliona bwana. Na hii mashida mingi tulikuwa nayo as first governors. Kulikuwa hakuna serikali, tumewachia Kanjo. Kudeal na Kanjo ni kazi hujawahi ona hii dunia. Na tulideal na hao, nikaunda serikali in 11 months. I had a fully functional government. From zero. You understand?
Yeah.
And it was 4 years and 3 months.
Governor, would you want to be president?
I think hiyo ndio anataka kutuambia in many words.
Sure.
Kabogo ni kama unataka kusimama.
Kavako.
Si wanipatie nafasi uone Jeff.
Gen Z. Unajua ni sisi tunaenda kuamua.
Let me tell you. The dragon in the room that needs to be slayed quickly is corruption. 3 months. Boss, nitakuwa kwanza nimemaliza cash dealings. Government has no business.
Twende digital.
Has no business sending a finance CFO to National Bank to pick 100 million in cash in a gunia. You understand? If you're paying interest to staff, this digital time, actually we are the best in the world with M-Pesa.
Correct.
Pay everyone on digital. They will be answerable to what they receive. You get?
Yeah.
But tenders, you supply air. People come here, they do NYS, they cooler like mad. Atikavura has gone to the bank and come out with 2 gunias of 200 million.
Cash.
Yes. And she says, I shared with so and so. And then they start catwalking for us, and you make them governors.
And where is she now?
Kafura ama
Kafura.
Huyo Mkerezi.
You understand what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Jeff? Some of these things, you mention my name, make me the czar of anti-corruption. Yes. Half of it will disappear because they know here, hapa, ni shida.
And unajua pia Kiambu alisema kulikuwa na bilioni 20 ilichezwa tikitaka wakati wa former regimes. Si unajua hiyo story?
Sasa hiyo story, unajua watu kuyap tu kusema. Kunyamba maneno. You know, come with facts, man. Like for example, we have a very tough speaking control of budget. You know, government spending is like what you do from your pocket, Jeff. If you have 1,000 bob, you know what to do with it. You cannot go and spend 1,300.
Correct.
How? And you have only 1,000. So how does it happen that government spends until you have pending bills of 7 billion in one county? Who is fooling who? You understand?
Yeah.
How do you, where was the control of budget when that happened? You are only allowed to spend what you have. Don't tell me that you're anticipating to grow your revenue from 1 billion to 8, so you can spend 7.
Right.
No, never. Never. I left the country with about 300 so million. You understand? And that was money to be spent on roads or things like that
Right.
were 3-year projects. So there you can say we committed because we know we will pay.
Correct.
But you cannot be 10 times.
Over.
And right now, government is still spending money on projects, new projects, while suppliers are suffering in terms of 120 billion in unpaid bills.
They're still waiting to be paid by the
Those
government.
are companies that will close down.
And you see what hurts is that those who supply air end up being paid for works they didn't do.
Of course.
And those who actually did supply
Don't
stuff
get paid.
don't
It
get paid.
pains. It hurts.
So
mostly people will not want to do business with government.
yet government is the biggest
The
employer
only
and
ones who will
spender.
agree to do, business with government are those who can manage to steal.
Yeah.
So 2027
the facts.
unasimama bwana governor.
Unajua shida sasa, mimi nikisema nitasimama president, mtaanza kuniuliza kama kichwa yangu iko sawa.
Iko sawa?
Hiyo ndio shida ya.
Iko.
Kichwa yangu wewe unaona kama siko sawa. Yaani vile nimemanuva Jeff maisha yangu vile nimekuja.
Yes.
Tulikuja mahali tukafika mahali wakaanza kusema huyu na huyu ni drug peddlers. You understand, because you can only be a young man and have a lot of money if you're a drug lord. How good can I be, Jeff, that even the American government can't get me? See, they came here for Akasha.
Correct. And they
went with them.
They went with him.
When we were mentioned, I said, don't talk to me about being extradited to America. Tell them to give me one-way visa and tell me it is New York District Court. I will go there.
Yourself.
Yes.
So to set the record straight, where ganja yako ulitengenezaje sasa?
Mimi, my friend, mimi nimepiga hii story mara mingi sana. One time nilikuwa employed Mombasa. Nikaanza kulete hizi magari. That time kulete gari you needed a license from Ministry of Commerce. A guy called Githendo was the PS. So I had favor there. Nikaanza kulete gari.
Imports.
Mimi nimeenda hapo kama business advisor wa NGO. I grew to the executive director, earning 600,000 shillings a month. Na nyinyi hapa mlikuwa mnapiga kelele sijui Kenya anakula 250,000.
So sita.
Imagine 1985. Mimi nikikula so sita.
Nikizaliwa.
Hapo motini nalete. Salary yangu ikazidi, biashara ikazidi salary. Nikahama. My friend, mimi nishawekelea gari 170 juu ya meli kutoka Japan. Kisha naniletea sijui dawa